Привет, это College Russian. С вами я, Jenny. This is our beginning Russian class. This is week 2, lesson 3. And I'm going to be showing you a picture of my family that my daughter drew. And using this as a way to teach you how to say this is my and his name is or her name is. So let's get started. So I just want to point something out to you since you guys are all really smart. Look at the words for my. Notice there are several different versions. What do you think these different versions represent? Okay, so notice they follow the same system as gender of nouns. So look right here. What gender do you think this one is? It ends in an I kratkaya. Come over here to our little chart. What gender are things that end in a I kratkaya? Sure enough, it's a masculine. So that's how you say my if you're describing something that's masculine. Right here it ends in a ya. What gender do you think that is? Just based on what you know about the rules. Oh, come over here. There's a ya. Sure enough, that's how you describe something. That's how you say my for something that's feminine. And then мои. Look over here. What gender does that typically end up being? So that's a plural. So I'm going to be showing you this adorable little picture that my daughter drew. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the picture. Some words you can expect to encounter is the word семья. So let's look at the gender of these. Семья – это он, она, оно или они. Это она. And that's how you'd say моя семья. Так. Муж. Как вы думаете, это он, она, оно или они? Это он. So you'd say мой муж. Next, дети. Это он, она, оно или они? Это они. So you'd say мои дети. Next, сын. Это он, она, оно или они? Это он. And then lastly, дочь. Remember, things that end in a мягкий знак can be either feminine or masculine. But if you went over to Facebook and liked College Russian over on Facebook, you learned the secret to knowing whether something that ends in a мягкий знак is masculine or feminine. So дочь – это она. So you'd say моя дочь. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to show you my picture and tell you a little bit about my family. Also, I want you to be noticing how I'm saying what people's names are. It's going to change for a he and a she. Хорошо. Это моя семья. Да? Это я. Меня зовут Дженни. Это мои дети. И это мой муж. Так. Вот, это мой муж. Его зовут Джон. Это мой сын, большой сын, его зовут Дима. Это моя дочь, ее зовут Марьяна. И это мой маленький сын, его зовут Нельс. Все. Okay, so that's all about my family there. So now we want to talk about your family members, okay? So anytime you're introducing a masculine, such as your papa, even though he ends in a feminine, he's still a masculine. Or he ends in an a, he's still a masculine. So papa, брат, муж, сын, or друг, which means friend. So this is how you would introduce them and tell what their name is. You'd say, это мой папа. Его зовут Валерий, for example. Or это мой муж. Его зовут Яков. Okay? Now, if the person you're introducing is a feminine, such as мама, сестра, жена, дочь, подруга, then you're going to change it to make it feminine. Это моя мама. And then ее зовут Людмила. Так. So that's how you would plan on introducing your family members. Now, if you're in my class, you're going to be bringing a picture of your family and starting to talk about all the people in your family. So I would start practicing that now. Talking about your family members is something that's going to definitely come in handy if you're in Russia. They're going to ask you all about your family. So now let's take that same concept and learn how to say your, the informal version of your. And the reason I'm going to introduce this is because it looks almost exactly like мой, but it just has two different letters in front. So твой is which version? Он, она, оно или они? Он. Твоя, твои. So твоя is feminine, твои is plural. So for example, we're going to do a little exercise here where you're going to fill in the blank. So you've got to look at the gender and then decide which version of your to insert and whether you put in his name is or her name is. Его зовут or ее зовут. So for example, это твой брат, как его зовут? Okay, listen to the intonation there as well. There's two slightly different intonation when you're asking those questions. Let's try this one together. We're going to fill in the blank. So we first look at the word papa, decide if it's masculine, feminine, or plural, and then put in the appropriate version of your right here. So это твой папа. Как его зовут? Okay, how would you say, yes, this is my father, and his name is David? Then you'd say, это мой папа, его зовут Дэвид. Okay, next one. Это, so you'd say, это твоя мама, как ее зовут? Listen to the intonation there. Okay, next one. So let's look at the word дети. Is that an он, она, оно, или они? Дети, if you remember what that means, it means children. So we're going to say, это твои дети. Как, and then this is for smarty pants. If you know this, вы умнички. Как их зовут? It's not a big deal if you didn't know that one. I never introduced it, so it's just a little bonus. Okay? All right, дочь. Remember that's got a мягкий знак. That one can be masculine or feminine. Now, if you know what that word means, it's going to help you to know whether it's masculine or feminine. So here we go. Это твоя дочь? Как ее зовут? Next. Это твой сын? Как его зовут? Next. Look at the gender of муж. Это твой муж? Как его зовут? Okay, so we're working on this little by little, but we're going to continually come back to the theme of your family. So over the course of the semester, you might be able to say the following about somebody in your family. For example, это мой муж. Его зовут Давид. So you understand that right now. Now, next chapter, you'll learn... Oh, actually, you'll understand this right now. Он по национальности испанец. So these first two sentences you should be able to understand and say. Next chapter, you'll learn... Он очень умный. Maybe you don't know what that means just yet, but you'll learn it next chapter when you start to learn adjectives. Он живет в Калифорнии. You'll learn this in the following chapter when we talk about living and places where people live, work, and study. Он по профессии бизнесмен. You might understand that right now, just kind of because it's very similar to English. Он работает в большой компании. So that's some examples of things you're going to be able to say after this first semester of Russian. You're going to be able to go through and talk about this for each member in your family. And obviously you'll be changing things for gender. So your homework, домашнее задание, is I want you to, in the comments below, introduce each member of your family. Don't get too fancy here, okay? So my big rule is do not use Google Translate. Google Translate is the junk food of language learning. It makes you feel good and makes you feel like you're getting some substance, but you're not actually. So only use Google Translate for single words, but I want you to go through and just introduce each member of your family. Это мой папа. And then you say what their name is. Его зовут Давид. Then you can tell what their nationality is. Он мексиканец, for example. Okay? So you should be able to do that for each member of your family. If you have a big family, well, lucky for you, you're going to get more practice. So это все. Пока-пока.